going to go right into that warm up, and then I'll explain the format as we go. So we're going to start off with that warm up. We're going to start with a quad stretch here, bringing that heel into that glute. You're going to add an overhead stretch here if you'd like. Squeezing that glute is going to give you that extra stretch in that quad. Taking this at your own pace. You don't have to go with me. Just letting that body warm up nice and early on a Tuesday morning. You can also take these across the floor if you have the room. A few more here. Next up, we're going to take it to some quads, to some hamstring stretches. So you're going to keep that weight in that standing leg, nice leg bend in that knee, keeping that back nice and flat, bringing that chest down to that leg. You should feel that pull along the back of that standing leg. Once again, taking these as slow or fast as you'd like. So for that Sculpt portion today, we're gonna have some supersets. So there's gonna be 2 exercises paired together at a time. We're gonna hit the first one for a minute, second one for a minute, then go back to the first one for 45, second one for 45, and then we'll rest and get some new exercises going. Next up, we're gonna take it to a lunge with a twist. I'm gonna get a 90-degree angle in both of those knees and adding a twist to that core. Nice controlled here in that twist, just warming up that back. That front knee isn't passing that toe, and that chest is up nice and tall. We're gonna have 2 different leg supersets, 2 different arm supersets, and then 3 mini core ones. Go ahead and take 1 or 2 more here. Next up, we're going to take it to some arm circles. Starting really small here, we're going to roll forward to start it off and slowly making them bigger. So you got that full range of motion. And taking them back to small. Then we're going to reverse that direction, taking it back. Slowly making them bigger. Warming up those shoulders here, making them nice and big. And taking them back in small. Last bit of that warm up here is going to be some inchworms. We're going to step it out into that plank position, get out a push up at the bottom, and then walking it back in, calf raise at the top. This should warm up that entire body. Maybe holding that plank for a little extra second. Get that core a little fired up. Taking these at your own pace. Give me 2 more here. Okay, you guys can grab some water if you want it. I'm going to demo these first 2 moves in this first superset. First up, we got sumo squats. Taking those feet out wide, toes pointed out, sinking it down. Those knees aren't passing those toes, that chest is up. Glutes are going towards the back of the room there. And then second, we got curtsy lunges. Taking it side to side here, still getting a 90-degree angle in both of those knees. Chest is up. Okay, we're gonna get started with the sumo squats first. For a minute, we'll go into the curtsy lunges for a minute, back to the sumo squats, 45 seconds, and then curtsy lunges for 45 seconds. Be ready? Getting started here in 3, 2, and 1. For any of these, you can add weight to them. If you don't have it, you don't need it. Body weight will still be nice and effective here. Exhale, and as you stand it up, squeezing those glutes at the top. Keeping that weight in those heels. We're already halfway through here. You got 30 seconds to go. Trying to maintain that pace here. Send those glutes back. You got it. We got 15. Finish it off strong. We're going right into those curtsy lunges. In 3, 2, and 1. Going right into it. Alternating sides. 90-degree angle in both of those knees. Front knee is passing that, not passing that toe. And chest is up nice and tall. Exhaling as you stand it up. Inhaling on the way down. Halfway through, you got 30 to go. You got it, stick with it. We're going back into those sumo squats, only for 45 seconds this time. 10 seconds left here. Few more solid reps, you got it. In 3, 2, and 1. We got those sumo squats. Toes pointed out, nice wide stance. If that wide stance bothers you for any reason, feel free to take it to a regular squat here. Same idea. Exhale as you step it up. Squeezing those glutes at the top. Past halfway. Got to start my watch. Last time doing these, you got it. We got 3, 2, and 1. We're going into this curtsy lunges, last 45 on these legs, and then we'll give them a break. Keeping that knee stacked over that ankle. Exhale on the way up, inhaling on the way down. 15 seconds. If you chose to add those weights at any point, you can take them off. We got 3, 2, and 1. Shaking out those legs, grabbing some water if you need it. Next up, we're going to take some upper body with push-ups and tricep dips. For those push-ups, taking it out into that plank position, dropping it down, and pressing back up. Feel free to take it down to those knees and back up. For those tricep dips, you want those fingertips pointed towards those feet, sinking it down and back up. If you have a little elevated surface, probably use this step. Same idea, just gives you a larger range of motion. We're gonna get started with those push-ups for a minute, so make sure you pace yourself out. A minute's a long time with push-ups. We're going into it in 3, 2, and 1. You're inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. Sending those elbows out and back. Feel free to drop down to those knees. Keeping that belly button pulled into that spine. You want a straight line from those shoulders to those knees or down to those toes. Halfway through, you got it. Gotta keep moving. Making sure we're not holding that breath. You got less than 15. Keeping those hands stacked underneath those shoulders. You got 3, 2, and 1. We're going right into those tricep dips. We're here for a minute. Sending those elbows back towards whatever wall is behind you. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. I don't know about you guys, but I already feel the burn. Halfway through. If you need to, feel free to spit it out, shake it out, and get right back into it. I know those triceps burn. The closer those feet are to you, the easier it'll be. Further away, harder it'll be. 10 seconds. A few more, finish it off. 3, 2, and 1. We're going back into those push-ups, 45 seconds here. Taking 15 seconds off that time. Send those elbows out and back, you got it. We're breathing, exhaling on the way up, inhale on the way down. Past halfway. You got it, less than 10, finish it off. 3, 2, and 1. Back into those tricep dips, 45 seconds here, and then we'll take a break on those arms. That next arm set is going to be a little lighter. It's going to be more of like a toning set. Feeling those triceps shake, squeezing at the top. 15 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it out. We're going back to those legs. We're starting off with a wall sit and then going into glute bridges for that wall sit. Sending those glutes down. You want them in line with those knees. You can add a weight to that chest if you'd like. And glute bridges, we're taking it down on the ground. You can add a weight to that hip, those hips if you got it. Squeezing those glutes at the top and bringing them back down. We're going to get started with that wall sit for a minute. We're going into it in 3, 2, and 1. I feel like wall sits are definitely mind over matter here. Those legs start to burn. Maybe shake a little bit. Keeping that chest up nice and tall. We're halfway through. Maybe dropping those glutes down another inch if you can. Keep breathing. $15 seconds. You can do it. Feeling those legs shake. Mine definitely are. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. We're going right into those glute bridges for a minute. Squeezing those glutes at the top and bringing back down. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. For that extra challenge, don't let those glutes hit the ground. Keep them activated that whole time. Keeping that core engaged, belly button to spine. You're past halfway. Keep breathing, you got it. This is our last leg set for the day. All we got left is arms and core after this. 10 seconds here. In 3, 2, and 1. We're going back to that wall sit, 45 seconds this time. Cutting 15 seconds off. For that extra challenge, you can add that weight to that chest. Try to keep those hands off those legs. Yeah, 15 seconds. Keep breathing. Feeling that burn. We got less than 10. In 3, 2, and 1. We're back to those glute bridges. Last 45 seconds of legs. Squeezing those glutes at the top. Maybe pausing here for an extra second before you take it back down. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. We got 15 seconds. Finish it off strong. A few more solid reps here. You got 3, 2, and 1. Taking it down, grabbing some water if you'd like. We got one more arm set to go. So here, we're starting off with prayer pulses. So you want those arms about 90-degree angle in that elbow, and we're just gonna pulse it out here. At first, you're not gonna feel it, but I promise by the end of the first minute, you'll start feeling it. And then we're gonna have arm circles. Little tight circles here. First half, we'll go forward. Second half, we'll switch back. We're gonna start off with those prayer pulses for a minute. We're going right into it. In 3, 2, and 1. Feel free to take it to like a side touch here. I know it's so much more distracting for me when I can keep my feet moving rather than just standing stationary. Keeping those elbows up nice and high. Nice and slow and controlled here. Engaging those shoulders and those triceps. We're breathing. You're halfway through. You can also add a weight here to those hands. For that extra challenge, I would definitely go light here. Yeah, less than 15. In 3, 2, and 1. We're going right into those arm circles. 30 seconds forward, 30 seconds back. Really small range of motion here. Those shoulders are doing all that work. Once again, feel free to keep those feet moving. Are you starting to feel that burn a little bit? Okay, we got another minute and a half of this set to go. So hopefully if you're not feeling it yet, you'll start feeling it. We're past halfway, about 20 seconds to go. Switching sides, directions. Keep breathing. In through that nose, out through that mouth. Controlling that breath. You got less than 10. Keep those arms up, you got it. In 3, 2, and 1. We're back to those prayer pulses, right into it, 45. Keeping those elbows glued together. We only got 45 seconds this time through. Keeping those elbows up. Past halfway, you got it. Mind over matter, those shoulders are burning. Less than 10, stick with it. In 3, 2, and 1. We're right into those arm circles. You only got about 20 seconds each direction here. And then we're done with arms for the day. Feel like those push-ups and tricep dips really warmed up those muscles for us. Switching directions. You got it. Keep breathing. You got 10 seconds. Finish it off strong. You got it. In 3, 2, and 1. Swinging out those arms. Give them a little hug. We're going into core next. Core's gonna work a little differently. So we're gonna have still 2 exercises in each set. We're gonna hit each one for 30 seconds, and then we'll run through it a second time. And then we'll rest and switch up exercises. First up here, we're gonna have penguins and then a plank with a leg lift. For those penguins, you want flat on that back, crunching those shoulders off the mat, reaching for those heels, crunching that oblique. Closer those feet are to you, the easier it'll be. Further away, the harder it'll be. Second is that plank with leg lift. You can take it into a high plank or a low plank here. Shoulders are stacked over those wrists, lifting one leg up, keeping that foot flexed, squeezing that glute. Really small range of motion here. Also take it down to those forearms. We're gonna get started with those penguins for 30 seconds. We're going into it in 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling as you crunch that oblique. Keeping that gaze right in front of you. You want a slight gap in between that chin and that chest, so we're not straining that neck. You got 10 seconds here. We're going right into that plank with a leg lift. In 3, 2, and 1. If you don't like that leg lift, feel free to keep it at a regular plank. You can drop it down to those knees or those forearms, whatever works for you here. Squeezing that glute at the top, exhaling as you lift that leg. You got 10 seconds. We're breathing. In 3, 2, and 1. Back to those penguins, 30 seconds. Got another minute of work, and then we'll rest. Feel free to slow this down. Really crunch that oblique. Ten seconds. Keeping that belly button pulled to that spine. You got 3, 2, and 1. Plank leg lifts. Last set in this round. Keep those shoulders stacked over those wrists. You got it. We're already halfway through. Exhale as you lift that leg. Feel free to drop it down to those forearms or those knees. You got 3, 2, and 1. You feeling that burn yet? You got 2 more rounds to go. Next up, we're gonna start off with some sprinter sit-ups and follow it up with Spider-Mans. So for those sprinter sit-ups, you're gonna be lying flat on the ground, bringing opposite hand to opposite foot, reaching for the inside of that shoe, peeling that back off the mat. And for those Spider-Mans, we're back in that plank. You're bringing that elbow into that, you're bringing that knee into that elbow, crunching that oblique, and switching sides. We ready? We're going into those sprinter sit-ups first for 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. You guys got it. We got less than 2 minutes left of work here. And we just have that 1 set left. Exhaling as you peel it up, driving that knee into that chest. Inhale on the way back down. Keeping those shoulders rolled back and down away from those ears. You got 3, 2, and 1. We're going into those plank Spider-Mans. Exhale as you drive that knee into that elbow. Keeping those glutes down in line with the rest of that body. Feel free to drop it into that regular plank. You guys are killing it. We're past halfway. 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. We're back with those cruncher sit-ups. 30 seconds. Last time you have to see this move today. Exhale as you drive that knee in. Ten seconds, you got it. Power through. You got 3, 2, and 1. We got this plank Spider-Mans, and then we rest. Remember, you can just hold that plank. We're crunching that oblique as we drive that knee in. 10 seconds. Keep those shoulders stacked over those elbows. You got 3, 2, and 1. Feel free to drop it into that child's pose. Feel a little relief in that core. We got 1 more set to go. It's gonna be flutter kicks and plank up downs. For the flutter kicks, we're taking it down, flat on that back, taking those feet about 6 inches up, and just kicking them here. You can also crunch those shoulders off that mat for an extra challenge. And for those plank up downs, starting on those hands, dropping it down to those forearms, and then back up, making sure we alternate which arm we start with. Taking a little breather here, grabbing some water if you need it. Last 2 minutes of work today, and then we're gonna cool it down and stretch. Okay, we're going into those flutter kicks. In 3, 2, and 1. You got 30 seconds here. You can do it. Making sure we're not holding that breath. I always forget to breathe during core. Halfway. Remember, you can drop those shoulders down. The higher you bring those knees up, those feet up, easier it'll be. Closer down to the ground, harder it'll be. You got 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna plank up downs. Feel free to just hold a regular plank. Not letting those hips swing side to side, trying to keep them square with the ground the entire time. Pulling that belly button to that spine. You got 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. We're back into those flutter kicks. Last minute of work here. We're breathing. You got it. Ten seconds. What am I struggling here? You got 3, 2, and 1. Plank up downs, last 30 seconds of work. Keep those hips square with the ground. Exhale as you press it up. We got 15 seconds. Last bit of work for the day. Keep those glutes down. You got 3, 2, and 1. Dropping those knees, taking it into that child's pose. The wider you take those knees on that mat, the more you'll feel that stretch in those hips. Closer together, the more you'll feel that stretch in that back. When you're ready, pressing it up into a cobra pose. Bring that gaze towards that ceiling. Dropping those hips into the floor. Should feel that pull through that core. I don't know about you guys, but my shoulders are shaking as I hold it here. Taking it into that seated position. Bring bottoms of feet together here. Bringing that chest down towards those feet, knees towards the ground. You guys killed that. Extending one leg out, reaching for those toes, adding that overhead stretch, feeling that stretch on the side of that body into that hip flexor. When you're ready, switching sides, adding that overhead stretch. If you can't reach that toe, don't worry about it. Just grabbing for that ankle or that calf. Next, we're going to extend both legs out, reaching for those toes, bringing that chest down towards those legs. Dropping that head weight down towards those legs. You should feel that pull up along the back of that leg, through that hamstring. Bringing one knee in, giving it a little squeeze here. You should feel that pull from that glute into that hamstring, keeping that chest up. Shoulders away from those ears. Adding a little twist. Stretching out that back. When you're ready, switching those legs, bringing that opposite leg into that chest, giving it a squeeze. Feeling that pull. Adding a twist. Feeling that stretch throughout that back. Next up, we're just going to take it into a comfortable seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to take one arm across that chest. You can grab above or below that elbow joint. Whatever feels better for you. Just making sure we're not pulling on that actual elbow joint. Switching those arms out. Still not pulling at that elbow joint. Next up, we're going to take it to those tricep stretch. Feel free to swing out those arms a little bit. Bringing one arm up over that head. Try to keep that gaze forward. Reaching those fingertips down those backs. Still not pulling at that elbow joint. Definitely hit these with those tricep dips. I don't know about you guys, but I was shaking. Switching those arms out. Releasing that arm, we're going to slowly stand it up and reach for those toes. Keeping a slight bend in those knees, dropping that head weight towards the floor. Feeling that stretch in those hamstrings and that lower back. If you want, you can add a little side-to-side movement here. Slowly rolling this up, one vertebrae at a time. Big shoulder rolls at the top, back, and then forward. And lastly, just one last overhead full body stretch. Inhaling up on those toes. and exhaling down. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I had a great time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.